72 Plymouth Valiant dash cluster, instrument cluster. Ordered replacement light sockets because the little ears on the sides of these sockets that hold them in, they break off. They get brittle and old. Okay, so we ordered, the bulbs are, I think they're called T10. This socket that's on the end of the bulb is called a T10, right? So we ordered sockets for T10. Well, the problem is T10 is the bulb. The holes for the ones that we got are half, and the holes in here are 5/8.
So the diameter of the new ones were half, and the holes in the dash were 5/8. So they're an eighth.
Right.
They're an eighth
so
small.
they walk in the holes way too much, and may or may not make good contact. But they also, the little latches don't engage in the so you can just keep spinning them. They're no good. You can probably go to year 1 or there's lots of places.
And what they order them from Prime.
Right.
Okay.
So the particular retailer was, that's what they call them, a bag of 10 for $20, which is a little steep, but honestly for restoration work, that's okay.
How much were they?
I think it was $20
for a bunch of them.
10 of them. You see how there's a double wall and these ones just have a single wall? Because you need the bigger wall to fill the hole. But the socket itself is still it's the same light bulb in this or that. Now, I think we've got the 194 bulbs. I don't know if these are too bright, but they're dimmable, so they'll be good.
Yeah, a lot of the LEDs are not dimmable, and I researched that, and I don't know. I decided just the better thing to do is just go with what they originally were.
I agree. So there, now it's in, and then goes in the hole and goes in tight, snugs up. Ta-da!
Oh, and they line up differently. They're indexed differently.
What does Eric say? Bob's your uncle.
Who?
Eric O'Brock.
Oh, Eric.
Okay. If you're on this car channel, you found us somehow, and you don't know who Eric O'Brockton is.
O'Brockta. Mr. O and Mrs. O.
Oh, that's why he's always calling
his wife Mrs. O.
Mrs. O.
Yeah.
They're a cute couple. So anyways, if you don't know who that is, that's South Main Auto. And he's about the best diagnostic automotive teacher on YouTube. He's got to be. Who's better?
Remember the video a couple of videos back? I said we were talking about. Oh, it was the torque wrench calibration, torque wrench checking calibration.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to call my old Snap-on man, and I did. I found him and I talked to him, and I asked him if he watched YouTube much, and he goes, "Oh, not a lot," but he goes, he watches South Main Auto, Eric O. Really? So,
yeah.
And it's the guys in California that I haven't seen in over 30 years, and he's a Eric O'Brockta fan.
Yeah. Now you might like for entertainment. You might like other YouTubers. You might like Uncle Tony. You might like Dan from DD Speed Shop, and they are great. But they're doing their own thing. They're building stuff. It's more like a I don't know. There's some how-to involved.
Street rod stuff.
There's some how-to stuff, but like Eric is hardcore commercial automotive diagnostics and
late model stuff that the problems nobody can figure out. He figures them out.
He knows how
stuff.
to, and he teaches people how to do it. Now, when I was younger, I feel like that's the kind of information that automotive repair places would try and keep you from knowing. Because then you might actually fix your own vehicle.
Okay.
Where Eric's out there just trying to teach you, like, that's his like catchphrase. If I can do it, you can do it. He's always trying to show people how to make these repairs. As if anybody has these expensive diagnostic electronic equipment. But that's the other thing too, is a lot of his...
A lot of times he uses a test light.
Yeah.
Yep. Or just a meter. Just a...
Real practical guy. Smart, enjoyable, entertaining. He's funny. He's got a very dry sense of humor that I enjoy. And, yeah. Bob's your uncle.
How much better. Remember, I put those other ones in, and they didn't line up well with the printed circuit board.
Yeah, no.
The contact points, and these line up really well.
See, I wanted to replace the amp gauge with a voltage gauge.
What are these? Oh, that's where the screws go.
But
I want to clean that all. I want to clean that.
You don't want to do it. This one right there said no.
Wait a minute. Let's see.
He said no.
Where were you going to do that?
Here.
Yeah, but then it doesn't going to look right. I want to bypass that thing. I don't want all that amps going through there. But we have a voltmeter that's just digital that'll work fine.
Well, I know, but I can get a black face volt gauge and just take this out and stick it in there.
All right, let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
Well, you said no to me.
Yeah, because I didn't want to spend extra money when we already have the thing. You cried over that?
You said no to me.
Put your stupid voltmeter in there.
Thank you. All right, fine, I will.
What, do you have a voltmeter for that?
No, I have to measure it so I can order it.
Okay.
That's why I asked if I could do it the other day, and you said no, so I just gave up. Can you see okay?
Yeah, I think so.
No?
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. Well, let's try something else.
But you know what I'm thinking? Is that one of those is ground. See which one of those... Why does nothing happen?
Yes? No?
Nothing. Oh, yeah, some light lit up, oil light or something. Whatever that... It was a red light.
Is it on now or no?
No.
How about now?
No.
No?
No. No.
Something's wrong. I know I see light. You don't see that light?
I do not see a light. I do not see a light. Where do you see a light?
The lights above us are too bright.
I don't believe that.
I can see the light bulb turning on.
Why can't I see it through here?
I'm guessing because you're
so dense. Just an old boomer. You expect me to see light?
All right. That's enough mean boomer stuff. Don't talk mean about boomers.
That's dark over here.
Okay.
But we can still see because it's light over there.
All right, let's try again.
Now the snakes will see us and we won't see them.
Okay. Hey, that's okay because they are more afraid of you than you are of them.
Yeah. Right side of the speedometer lit up.
That's the only one that did anything.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Something's really wrong. Okay.
That looked like it lit up.
Sure did. So the problem's not there.
See into there. Oh yeah, right side of the speedometer again.
Everything should be lit.
And it's just the right side of the speedometer. Okay, so what's different on the right side of the speedometer?
Okay, turn signals gotta... Ah, shit.
Well, I know those worked when we had it plugged in. They worked really well.
But they're not working.
They're not working now. I don't know. You want to plug it in and see something's different. Something's wrong. We didn't change anything of consequence, you know. All we did was took out those bulb holder things that were all crumbly, and they were working. Now they're not working. But when you do them individually, they work, so I don't know. What, you got bad bulbs? Nope. So now we've moved from battery charger to a battery.
Yeah. And I'm seeing that the way the routing on this board goes, it's not so hard to manually just sort of follow it. It's like a little word search maze thing. Anyways, that works.
That's the brake light. That's the oil light.
You should be getting the light.
Got
See
nothing.
it back here.
Well, I got nothing up here. I don't know why I don't. Why do you see it back there and you'll see it up here? Don't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Just not bright enough.
Oh, come on. Those lights are bright.
Well, you'd be surprised. I see it right from this angle, but straight on you can't see it. Alright, so part of the problem is user malfunction, but also part of the problem is, and I will show you on one of these ones that has not been used yet. See how these little contacts, they don't really...
Ooh, I got too close to the heater.
They should have a little bit of lift on them. They should have a little bit of spring.
Your fingernails in them, we can't see them. Okay, those are really flat.
They should have some spring pressure on them. You need to hold the base so that you know not bending it down there. And then I got a little nitpicker and I can bend it up there. And see, now there's lots of spring, so when I put it in there, it makes the contact that it needs. And that's just cheap parts. So, what have we learned, children? Always bench test before you put your entire dash all back together. All back together. This thingy that's chumpy and this chumpy and all that stuff and this speedometer cable, you put it all in there, it won't work because of these dumb little tabs need bent a little bit.
Okay, so we're going to try one of those?
Oh, I already did. That's the ones that work now.
Okay.
Check your grounds, people. No, I'm done. Those ones work. We recorded it. You see. I don't want to be recorded anymore. People rarely get to see. If you search for Google Images, maybe you will find, but people rarely get to see what all this stuff looks like in pieces. And so this can be the...
Ooh, there's a piece of something broken.
Well,
there.
that should be glued back together. Now we get to use specialty adhesives. What it all looks like from the back. And we are going to take this out, measure it, and we are going to update it with a
voltmeter.
Volt gauge. We're not going to use it. I don't want digital.
They were meters long before they were digital. I wouldn't care if there was a digital one in there because they're so nice and exact and they work so well. But yeah, I don't like the whole. You know, there's a problem with all of it going through there. Good way to burn a car down.
All right, so now it's apart. We can fix that little busted stud and
I'll clean this piece. This thing. I'll clean that all up, make that glass nice again and everything.
And then we noticed that the little high beam indicator was fractured and in pretty bad shape. So I'm going to take this part. There's just 2 more screws. If I take these 2 screws, this whole thing comes out, and I'll be able to scrape from the back of that without. Otherwise, I'd have to try and get it out through that hole. Since we've already got it apart, we're going to do all these little inky-dink things. And the reason we are doing this at all is because it's like 40 degrees, and we have a wood stove that's getting installed in the next few weeks here, and then we'll be warm.
Right now we have a shop with that. And that's not enough.
It's not enough. It's cold. So we're kind of breaking things down into smaller parts, into little things that we can do just to keep things moving up at the house. But also still trying to record things so that you can see what's going on. And I don't know, if you have any questions about weird stuff like this, heck, we'd be willing to take it apart just to show you. If you have any questions about, I don't know, maybe 72 Valiants aren't the most interesting things, but a lot of things are.
But this panel was used on darts and Valiants, wasn't it? I know the Mexican darts, I see those dart sports, or they were, I don't know, they called them something else in Mexico. They have the same instrument panel. And
for a pretty wide range of years, and even if it's not exactly the same configuration, it's
the same
similar.
thing.
They use the same stuff. It's nice because you can work on this stuff. Will absolutely not show you how to reset those gauges. That is against the law. If you see how yellow those are, I'll bet you if we
what?
Maybe I'll take it apart and you can use a
clean it.
Yeah,
Q-tip.
so they come out nice. And then we can get you some of that radioactive paint.
Oh, out of some old clocks from World War II?
And you can
paint
all these little dashes so they pop real nice.
Yeah, I'd rather know how many miles are on it. And that mileage is probably 100 in that. What is that, 45? It's 145?
Yeah, I believe it, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what it
I mean, a
has
car has got wear and tear, but it's not.
Well, this car's okay.
It's not worn out.
I feel really good about this car right now.
Well, now that we've rebuilt just about everything but the front end, and that's coming. That's it.
Okay.